Shalom Yasharali Awda, Brother Malak. Part 2. I should probably title this NPCs Can't Discern, or You Idiots Have No Discernment. I might just call it that. You idiots have no discernment. NPCs can't discern. What am I talking about? I'm talking about just things in general. More so revolving around prophecies. Things that revolve around prophecies. Which is the current events or events to come, which is really prophecy. Everything is prophecy. I mean, that's really what it is. And the state of the world itself. That's our profession. That's what we're involved in. Just as we were involved in this profession and this ministry work years and years ago, being those apostles and prophets in those times and ages, and how everyone returns to their lot, regeneration. Let's grab Proverbs 1 on down. It says, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in the scorning, and fools hate knowledge? How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? So these would be individuals, like I always say, NPCs. They're indulged in the bread and circus. They're indulged in the distractions. They don't understand prophecy. They don't see what's before them. They don't see what's coming. Meanwhile, you have these devils getting ready to destroy the current monetary system. They done made you blood, sweat, and tears. And not just you, me as well. They done made you blood, sweat, and tears over this fake, phony dollar, fiat currency. And then they're going to turn around and destroy the fiat currency after you done worked blood, sweat, and tears and energy. And then they're going to change the whole system, flip it upside down, and bring in this digital monetary system. And then once that picks up steam and rolls, then these devils are going to try to stick it inside you and turn you into an artificial robot, which the Bible calls the mark of the beast. And then they're going to force you to take it. And if you don't take it, then you will be ousted. I believe that's the word. Ostracized. No, not ostracized, but ousted out of society. So these are the things. These are the things that we, the prophets, the apostles, those that's in the spiritual know, and those that have the spiritual fortitude, these are the things that we're involved in. We don't care about the next celebrity and that. Now, we may talk about it and touch on it and line it up with prophecy, but that's not our plight. That's not our main goal. We don't care about the next, just worldly stuff. That's basically what I'm saying, man. The worldly stuff, we may touch on and look at it, but we're not really involved in that. What are we involved in? We are involved in prophecy. That's our profession. That's our job. That's what always been our job. When you really break down the prophecies, the Bible, regeneration. Always say this, Yasharala Yahawada. And for you lapdogs and you agent provocateurs that's listening, and the prophets are subject to the prophets. And y'all know what we're talking about. It's the truth of all truths. But reading on Proverbs 1:22, it says, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge? It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you. And Jake, you Israelites, you Jacobites, you Israelites, y'all be out here dangling, trying and wondering why is it this way and why is it that way and why is this like this and where was Yahweh during chattel slavery and where was Yahweh doing this and where was Yahweh doing that. And Yahweh is telling you via the prophets, via the apostles of today, and via just picking up the Bible. Even if you read a couple of chapters, like before Yahweh really woke me up into this truth, I would still read the Bible and still understand that, okay, they was going off. This. When you go off, Yahweh, he does these things. Even with that little knowledge, you Jakes don't want to grasp that little knowledge because you don't want to pick up the Bible. Anything that got to do with being holy or being set apart, or anything that got to do with anything that has dealings with who you call God, you Israelites don't want no part of that. For the most part, because 2/3 of you are going to perish. So for the most part, it's a nice vast majority of you Israelites. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit into you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called and you refused. I have stretched out my hand and no man regards. And how is Yahweh doing this? He does this by putting the prophets back on the scene. Those men you see on the highways and hedges, those men you see on the socials, those men you see bringing out these digital epistles. You know, Paul and them, they wrote the digital epistles. Well, not digital, but old epistles, because they didn't have the tech that we have now. So now we're using the tech to send out the digital epistles, and these digital epistles go out everywhere. It says, because I have called and you refuse. So this is how Yahweh is calling. I have stretched out my hand and no man regards, but ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof. So when we're out there on those highways and hedges, you have atheists, people that don't believe, say that we need to pack it up, get going. You have people that come up there with their own doctrines, their own philosophies. They don't know the truth. They don't know what the Bible really consists of. So they take naught at his counsel, man, because we're just ambassadors of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. That's all we are. When you really look at it from a certain point of view. Proverbs 125, but ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. And this is my point. Everybody always want to get right when that judgment strike. It says, I will also laugh at your calamity, and I will mock when your fear come. When your fear comes as a desolation, and your destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, but I will not answer. So for those, it mostly be you Eves, you women, you tribes, you Judite women, you Benjamite women, and mostly be you, the Southern Kingdom. They'll be talking about where was Yahweh during chattel slavery. This is where he was at. He was laughing at our calamity. He was mocking. It says, when your fear comes as a desolation and your destruction comes as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish come upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of Yahweh, they would none of my counsel, they despise all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of their fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. For the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Who is the simple one? The wicked. The wicked are really simple ones. And right now, to bring everything up to this era in time, the simple one is who you call, or who y'all call the white man, and all of his simple decrees that he passed, and all of his simple laws that he passed. Them Democrats, especially these Democrats, man, these Democrats, the worst. It says, for the turning away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearken unto me shall dwell safely, and shall be quiet from fear of evil. And that's just what you got to know. Let's see if we can grab some more video on him, on the brother.
What type of time are we in? We in the time of war. All hell is getting ready to break loose out here in society, man. Trump talking about mass deportation as soon as he get up in office. That's a whole lot of people to deport. Mainly he got the Israelites on the agenda. But if you're gonna be talking about deporting all these nations that came in, then you got a whole lot of people to deport. But I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening without some type of turmoil, resistance taking place, rebellion, mutiny, uprising, however you want to call it. And then bringing an MOTB to bribe these migrants from leaving. They say, listen, if you take this device, we can register you as a citizen and blah blah blah. You could stay and whatever, receive benefits. Anyway, we in a time of war. All hell's getting ready to break loose. The Lord's about to turn things up. 2025 is going to be an even more interesting year than it was in 2024. If you've been watching. So with that, say shalom to the Lord's elect. Till next time.
So basically, man, the guy that they put in office for you people, you NPCs, he's not going to bring peace and security. There's only one person that's going to bring peace and security, and that is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. And that's just what you have to know. You heathen nations included.
Shalom. Call hello, Yahweh Bahasham.
I'm going to lion back off this brother's breakdown as well. He brings out solid lessons all the time. Really, all the brothers bring out solid lessons.
Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash. Double honors into the apostles, double honors into the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The would-be judges, the 144,000, and the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled birds among the heathen nations, that look like those heathen nations. This is not a black thing, it's an Israelite thing. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you, I say shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you another lesson in truth. And second movie with the same name, Homestead. And we're going to talk about the dystopian future, which is upon us now. These things are days and moments away. And this one's a little bit different because it's coming more from the medical scientific thing. All right. But the same concepts. People still will be fighting for food, resources, women, water, and people themselves will become food when there is a shortage of food. It's happened many times in the past here in America and around the world, and even in the ancient world, even with the Israelites. Okay? So the first scripture I'm going to get, all right, is Isaiah 4:1. And it reads, and in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. The only way a woman's reproach will be removed from her when those days come is through a man of the Lord. That's what the Bible says. It's not what I'm saying. That's what the Bible says. The reproach will be removed when you're joined unto that man of the Lord. So not just Pookie and Ray Ray, or a Tom with the ranch who's a homesteader. All right, those homesteads are all going to come under attack by military guys and people like that. All right, I would watch the first video, kind of get a visual of that. But I'm gonna find that in the NLT. I'm just anxious to see how it reads, Isaiah 4:1 in the NLT. Oh, that's I'm like, hold on, I can't even. Where am I? Hold on. Here we go. I went back too far. It's nice to actually pick up the book. We get that book in your hand. Phones make it an automatic. All right, and it's probably why some of these young guys pick up the book and screw everything up, because automatics comes fuckery. A manual kind of cuts down on fuckery, niggerdom. Because it would be car thieves and things of that nature. They see that manual and they just keep it moving. All right. So I'm just making a comparison. You want to actually get familiar with this book so you can jump from precept to precept, know what the books are, et cetera, et cetera. Get that, read.
And that's how you really unlock the scrolls, precept upon precept, line upon line. Everything that these Christians be talking about and these other factions is not how you decode the scrolls. Precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. That's how you really open up the word. But I'm going to bring out 2nd Esdras chapter 9. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs past, the signs being prophecies, which I have told you before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest Yahweh will begin to visit the world which he made. And how is he going to visit? By the way of the prophecies, the signs, the tokens. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars, and we've been seeing that for a minute, of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spoke of those things from the days that were before you. So even before we came back in the lot, he was speaking of these things, even from the beginning. It's for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning in the end, and the end is manifest. And that's what you see with this place here, oh sweet America, as you like to call it. 2nd Esdras 6:9. Let's grab that. It says, for like 2nd Esdras 9, verse 5. It says, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So everything on this side has a beginning and an ending. This is why we really look for that immortality that awaits. Because why do we end? Why do we end? because of iniquity, sin. It says 2nd Esdras 6:9. It says, for Esau is the end of the world. Why is Esau's world ending? Because it's filled with iniquity. It's filled with sin. And then again, when you really have the spiritual eyesight, you know that the only nation that's going to last forever, for eternity, is the nation of Israel. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. And that's what you see. And I like verse 10 as well. This is the same thing that happened in Mama Rebecca's womb, and it's brought out again through the prophet Ezra. It says, the hand of a man is betwixt the heel and the hand. The hand of a man is betwixt the heel and the hand. And that happened with Rebecca. Well, within Rebecca, between Isaac and Jacob. It says, verse 6 of 2nd Esdras chapter 9, it says, even so the times also of the highest Yahweh have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby you have believed. So faith, works, and commandments. This is how we're going to be saved up out of this turmoil. And then, like I always allude to, the UFOs. You see the angels, those UFOs, which Esau calls them. They are angels. They're going to be protecting the elect in the 1/3. They're going to be Yahweh willing, doing things when these prophecies are really turned up 1,000 watts. When everything is turned up out here. Those UFOs, that's the same angels that's turning off those nuclear missiles and disabling the nuclear missiles and harassing these air pilots and harassing the skies and harassing the military bases and hovering over and hovering in. Those are going to be the same angels that's going to be protecting the elect, the house of Judah and the house of Israel in those days. And Yahweh willing, some of the men get the power. Get that power. It says 2nd Esdras 9 verse 8. It says, shall be preserved from the sad perils and shall see my salvation in my hand or in my land. It says, and within your borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. Then shall they be in pitiful case. See, this is you imbeciles that can't discern. This is you NPCs. And like Job 12:16 brought out, it's really not your fault because the deceived and the deceiver are both his. So your lot was your lot. It says 2nd Esdras 9 and 9. It says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. And this is all of you celebrities, all of you rich people of the world, you mighty men, you noble men. Yeah, all of y'all. All of y'all going to get got. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me, and they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty. Right now, we're in liberty right now. The fact that the prophets are on the scene prophesying, that is liberty. The fact that, the very fact that Yahweh Shai shed his precious blood is liberty, is grace. So grace and liberty right now, but it's truly drying up. And that's why we were sent forth to go out there on the highways and hedges, Salak, on these digital epistles, word the mouth, and on these socials to inform you Israelites what's to come and what's coming down the pike. It says, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. Yeah, when you go off, you're despising the word of Yahweh. When you don't care, you're despising the word of Yahweh. When you want to play in the flesh and dwell in the flesh, and the flesh feels so good, and the flesh just feels so right, you're despising Yahweh. As he says, disobedience is equivalent to witchcraft. And it took me a minute to really grasp that, Yasharala Yahweh. Disobedience is equivalent to witchcraft. And we know how dirty witchcraft is. It's the 2nd Esdras 6:9. It says, the same must know it after death by pain. So torments and pain and torments is going to go out to the wicked. It says 2nd Esdras 9 verse 13. It says, and therefore be thou not curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved. Yahweh willing, that's us. And we work to be those men and women and whatnot, and children for that matter. It says whose the world is and whom the world is created for. So that's the plight. Let's get back to the visual.
Eat the roll. Get that manual control. Learn how to drive that stick. Once again, read that the disclaimer, the copyright disclaimer. All right. He said maybe Mom and Candace would still be alive, so he lost his daughter and his wife. All right, and shoot, the way it looks to me, he just got a new one. He just got one of his. Well, not really, because she's a heathen. She can't go on a chariot. So if if he was a man of the Lord, really ain't nothing he can do for her. Claiming and see on the other side, that's about it. But once again, I'm going to read that Isaiah 32. It's appropriate. Isaiah 32, I believe, was starting at 9. I'm just switching over to it. Yep. 9 through 12. And it reads, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail."
And man, it's a lot of careless women living in good pleasure here in Babylon. It's a lot of you women that's living in good pleasure, comforts here in Babylon. And that goes for both. That goes for both nations, the Israelites and the heathens. It's a lot of women that's living in good comfort here in Babylon. But when Yahweh strikes Lady Liberty, man, y'all going to be faced with what these prophecies are stating. It's just what it is. Matthew chapter 24, verse 21, it says, for then shall be great tribulation. And that's what we're leading up to. And that's why the prophets, we're going to always prophesy doom and gloom, gloom and doom, doom and gloom, because we're in the times of great tribulation. That's what's coming down the pike. That's what's getting ready to be set up. When this devil gets rid of this fiat currency system, and he forces all of you to take this RFID, a lot of you are going to fold because you wasn't putting work in the gym. You wasn't putting in work in the gym. And what is that? That's in these scriptures, in these scrolls, supping with Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai to build you up, to get your house in order. Spiritually speaking, everything spiritually speaking, you wasn't getting your spirits right. So when this devil rose with the system, the new monetary system, you wasn't fasting. Y'all wasn't fasting. Y'all wasn't praying. Y'all wasn't doing none of those things. You wasn't being built up or trying to build up. So when this stuff takes its toll, really it's Yahweh. Let's not get it twisted. That's what you have to know. And I'm always bring these prophecies out because we can't get it twisted. Everybody works for Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. That's just what you got to know. We all work for the man above. It says, Psalm 17:13, it says, "Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him, the wicked, down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is your sword." So the wicked is Yahweh's sword. So he created the sword. So when these things turn up and take place, specifically this mark of the beast, we got two lingering prophecies left. We always tell you, Salachia, it's the mark of the beast and it's World War III. These are the two lingering prophecies, major prophecies that's lingering. So when the wicked comes, we know that Yahweh sent him. It's just that simple. Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. Salakia. It says, Deuteronomy 32, verse 39, it says, "See now that I, Yahweh, even I, Yahweh, am he." It says, "And there is no God power with me. Yahweh, I kill, and Yahweh, I make alive. I wound and I heal, neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies and I will reward them that hate me." So that sword, Psalm 17, that sword is the wicked. Psalm 17:13. If I whet my glittering sword, Deuteronomy 32:41. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to my enemies. So that sword is the wicked. His glittering sword is the wicked. He uses the wicked to chastise, specifically you Israelites. Just as a father or mother or grandmother or grandfather or guardian would chastise a younger sibling. So when he makes E bring in this system in which E wants this system anyway, he's licking his chops. Yahweh has put it in his mind. You know, Yahweh has basically created this character to yearn and desire this system, if you will, and he wants it, and that is the Novus Seclorum, Novus Ordo Seclorum. And this is what these devils want, and this is what these devils are banking on, Novus Ordo Seclorum. But Yahweh is going to take care of his elect, take care of the 1/3, take care of the prophets, the servants, the apostles.
And the gathering shall not come. Tremble ye women that are at ease. Be ye troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats and the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. All right? No food in the stores, no comfort. All right? No 911, no police, no aid. And like I've said 1,000 times, feminism dies 3 minutes after the lights go out.
Feminism dies 2 seconds after the lights go out. Feminism dies 2 seconds after the lights go out.
All right, and a lot of you women are going to get visitation from those exes that you had locked up, those men you've wronged. We all, you know, for those of you who saw the first Purge, you know,
you literally got these demonic men out here that's waiting. You literally got men out here that's waiting for shit to hit the fan so they can just go around and just go on a rape parade. I'll say that again. You literally have crazies out here, man, demonically possessed, in which we already know who sends out the judgments. So all you OnlyFans whores and you porn star whores and you whores in general and you stripper whores, all you whores in general, Yahweh got everybody's judgment lined up. You're already putting the batteries in the back of these spirits he got created for vengeance to just go on rape sprees and rape parades and just all type of madness, man. And this is what we're warning everyone of, really, because even you heathens to a certain extent, you Gentile nations, we're warning you to a certain extent. But chiefly this word goes out to the house of Judah and the house of Israel to get right with your power, to get right with Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, before he sends the mega prophecies, man. And they're coming. The mega prophecies are coming down the pipe.
Saw those Purge movies. Everybody remembers Diego, all right? And when he kicked in Kelly and her mom's door, or he blew their door open with his bunker buster shotgun. When he came through their door, all right? And they hid in the back, left the gun on the table. All right? She said, where's the gun? It's on the table. And Diego came back there and said he was about to set loose the beast on both you lame bitches. So it's going to get pretty bad out here, man. And people going to be merciless. All right? And sometimes being...
And they're going to be merciless because Yahweh is going to turn up the spirit like that, man. He's going to put that spirit out here. He's going to turn up. Like I said, he's going to turn everything up 1,000 watts. It's going to turn everything up 1,000 watts, man, because it is the day of vengeance. It is the day of his vengeance, his indignation. Ecclesiasticus chapter 18, verse 1-3, it says, he that lives forever created all things in general. The Lord, Yahweh only, is righteous. True enough. It says, and there is none other but he, because we are imperfect. We sin, we go off. That's why we yearn and hearken for that perfect body, where the immortal should put on the immortality. It says, who governs the world with the palm of his hand? All things obey his will. All things obey his will. Who governs the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. So when we're in the depths, the dirty abyss of these mega prophecies, like I just said, you're gonna have all type of merciless things happening. You're gonna have these these demonic men on rape parades. You're gonna have some weird women too. You're gonna have some weird women on some stuff too. Don't get it twisted, man. Babylon is filled with all type of demonic activity, man. You're gonna have women trying to rape men too. I wouldn't put that past. I wouldn't put that past, man. You're gonna have these women out here trying to rape men too. I wouldn't put that past, man.
Will get you killed, you know?
You're gonna have all type of forms of just ungodliness, man.
You go back and watch those walking
Cannibalism definitely coming back in a major way. And these devils know this. This is why they put it in all of their movies. You know, the devil, he has to show you what he's going to do before he do it. Chiefly, that's kind of like a spiritual law. I kind of like peep that. Like they have to inform you what's going to go down before it goes down. I don't know what that's about, but that's just what happens.
Dead series and people being nice to women and you know, being nice to people and those people just setting them up because they have people with them that are hiding, you know, in the distance or whatever. And, you know, and then they give them a signal when it's time, you know, to attack, when they let their guard down. So you really can't trust anyone. You know, you have to have a tight-knit group. You notice when he was leading her to where they were, I guess he ran into on the road, he had a mask on her, so she just couldn't see where she was going.
Society is somewhat decent today. And I don't trust a soul today. So just imagine when this shit hit the fan, how much that trust meter is going to deplete. We're really going to be in those times, as you know, it's prophesied in Revelations. I don't know if that's Revelations chapter 3, verse 10. I believe that's Revelations chapter 3, verse 10. Let's see. Be saved. But going back to Matthew 24, verse 21, it says, for there should be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world, this time, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect sake, the election, the 1/3, those days shall be short. Because Yahushua is going to come and grab the elect. It's not going to see his righteous ones go through the motions like that. That's the whole point of us putting in the work now. So when those times come, we will be protected. But Revelations 3:10, then you're going to have Revelations 3:10 on top of that. You're going to have Revelations 3:10 on top of Matthew 24:21. Got to write that down too. So that's a double whammy, man. That's a double whammy, as they like to say. Double trouble. Revelations 3:10 on top of Matthew 24:21. Matthew 24:21. It's all prophecy. And you Israelites teeing in, you need to write down these scriptures, these scrolls that we bring out. This is not just for entertainment. This is not just for just because. This is life and death. This is damnation and salvation. If you want to keep it 100, want to call a spade, man. This is life and death. Revelations 3:10. So you're gonna have Matthew 24. I don't know which one is going to commence first. Matthew 24:21 before Revelations 3:10, or Revelations 3:10 before Matthew 24:21. But either or, they're both going to happen. So Revelations 3:10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience. And that's what we're doing right now through these digital epistles, through the highways and hedges, socials, word to mouth, fighting the flesh, fighting off that lust that you love to lust with before you came into the knowledge. All of that is keeping the patience. All of that is doing the works. All of that is stand true to the game, so to speak. It is because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep you from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. So, yeah, man, it's going to get like that. And we're going to continue to prophesy gloom and doom, doom and gloom, man, because this place is condemned. It's condemned. The righteous powers that be, the righteous powers that be, they don't want to see this place stand any longer. Just being 100 with you, just keeping it a bean, a buck, 1,000. Yahweh wants to destroy Babylon. You don't believe me? Read Revelations 18. You don't believe me? Read Jeremiah 51:50. You don't believe me? Read Isaiah 13, Isaiah 14. All through the scriptures, all through the scrolls, it's prophetic. So let's get back to the visual, and then we'll end it. I'll end it with a scripture, 2 scriptures, and then we'll call it quits. Luke 12. Luke 12, 49 and 51. It's gonna get so bad out here to you your little funky law enforcement, your piglets, your piggly wigglies. And I'm not saying all of them are piggly wigglies. I'm not saying all of them are hogs. But the hogs and the piggly wigglies, they're gonna drop that badge and drop that uniform and go run and protect their own families. That's how bad it's going to get. 2nd Esdras chapter 15, verse 16, it says that they will have no regards for authority. It's going to be all out war out here, man. And the only one that's going to protect and save is Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, and the angels. Those UFOs, those UAPs, as Esau calls them, they're going to be with the elect and the 1/3. And Yahweh willing, some of us get that power, spiritual power in those days. But even then, your law enforcement, your politicians and all of that, they're going to be running and hiding and ducking. This is how bad it's going to get. And the prophecy tells you, it's in the prophecies, it's in 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. They will have no regards for the authorities. It's going to be a dog-eat-dog world out here. And you have people that know this and they understand this, and they're getting ready and getting prepped. You know, these homesteaders, these home preppers. Even Jake, man, you got Jake getting prepped and ready too. Jake in the hoods, Jake that's in the slums, Jake that's in the ghettos, Jake that's in the burbs. You know, these heathen that's in the ghettos, these heathens that's in the slums, these heathens that's in the burbs. Everybody's getting prepped. You got preppers everywhere. But that prepping is not going to do nothing if you don't know this knowledge, this wisdom, You don't understand what's going on. You got everything in the physical, but you have nothing in the spiritual. And even if you do have spiritual, because you have these Bible belt thumping Christians, and they got their patriot flag, and they got their shotguns and rifles, and they're proud Americans, and America, the patriots. They don't have the knowledge or the comprehension of the true doctrine, and neither are they the Israelites. Neither are they the Israelites. Doing all of that Bible thumping, and you making dinners for Thanksgiving, you making dinners for Christmas. Doing all that Bible thumping and you all into the world. Doing all of that Bible thumping, patriarch thumping, Christian thumping. And you follow these holidays and you involved in it. And everything else in the world. And voting for this and voting for that. You don't understand. You really don't understand what's going on. Really don't.
All right. It is only until you fix her car. It turns out you're not the only uninvited guest around here. Are you infected? Go, let's go.
What was I supposed to do?
Anything! I bet you wish I knew how to shoot now.
Help! Please!
Where's Baker? Oh, that cheese, boy. I've been down this road before. I've seen where it leads.
Daddy?
And so, I watched the video. I think it was on Redacted. And they were actually, and this was last month. This was barely a month ago. Maybe about 3 weeks ago. Where the military was actually doing zombie apocalyptic drills.
And why would they be doing that? Are they getting ready to release some type of pestilence? Like the real deal Holyfield? You never know with these devils, man. Because that COVID-19 was just a practice run. They got the statistics. They got their statistics. They got their scouting reports. And they seen what was this and they seen what was that. So could they really be trying to release some real pestilence? You never know with these devils.
Why would FEMA and the military be doing, apocalyptic drills? Because, is something gotten out of hand? Has some sort of virus maybe, been created or got loose? What was that movie?
He know and I know that they created the virus. Whatever these devils are getting ready to bring forth to really shut things down, they created it. And like I said, the jump shot 19, or the jump shot from 19 feet, because I forget. But the jump shot from 19 feet, man, that was we all know that was a test run. It was a test run. It's exactly what it was, and they told you that on their own website, that it was a practice run, a test run. And you stupid imbeciles, man. I can't. I hate stupid people. I'm sorry, but I always hated stupid people. We just don't mix.
Outbreak, where the little monkey got loose from the lab and started infecting people, and then those people got on planes and went to stores, and next thing you know, yeah. And it's funny, right around the time of the days before the whatchamacallit, or days right after, I forget. I know it was in a matter of days of the time, or the day after, the day before, the the election, you had the 40 monkeys that got loose in somewhere in the out east, in the woods out east. And that story just went dormant. It's been quiet. Nobody's heard anything. And they escaped some facility where they were doing experiments. You know, you cannot trust these people. It's like we tell you, movies are messages and not just for entertainment. You know, carnal people can't see past that because they just want to be carnally entertained. But movies are messages back and forth from the elites into their lower elites. All right, a lot of hidden messages. What was the one that came out not too long ago that was on Leave the World Behind? And that had everybody talking. That opened up a lot of eyes, man. Because dark times are coming. You know, and if you don't want to trust in the Lord, you trusting in.
So, man, two things can go down, man. These devils could either drop drop the actual mega pestilence and cause a shutdown, or these devils can bring in the alien invasion. They got a couple things on the table that they can bring in to really bring in this Ordo Seclorum or Novus Ordo Seclorum, or however you pronounce the shit. Novus Seclorum, Novus Ordo Seclorum. But you catch my drift. They already said that the demons are coming out of the well, y'all call them demons, but they ain't demons. They're the angels. But they already said that the aliens live inside the oceans, the waters. They just told you that at the briefings. So it's two. They got a couple chess moves on their side. They got a couple cards they can play. And me looking with my spiritual eyes, they could either bring in the real pestilence, or they can bring in this alien invasion. So, yeah, man, that's alien invasion or this super pestilence.
And a lot of you are going to go running to FEMA, to the very places. And one thing that I noticed, another thing that I noticed in all those Walking Dead series, all right, is that the most heavily infected places were always the places where people went for help. All right, all the places where people went for help were always overrun with the sick, with the zombies, or whatever you want to call them. And all you saw was people in medical uniforms, people in military uniforms, all sick and dead and walking around. Which means that whatever they took, which the government probably prescribed to them. Like I said, you go back and if you haven't watched The Walking Dead, you're really doing yourself an injustice. Because a lot of people thought that it was just, here comes another damn zombie thing. That was my thinking. Till my son, started breaking it down to me. And I started watching it and I couldn't stop, because it's not about the zombies. It's about the interactions between the people, the survival, the death.
Yep, I watched the first season, the second season, and probably I left off at like the third season. Because I get attached to characters, and I hate when characters get neutralized. Pisses me off. And then they bring in a new character. But yeah, definitely, man. Two major cards, two major chess moves these devils can bring, and I'm thinking, just me thinking as a mortal, but not just any mortal. And I always tell you that. We're mortals, but we're not just any mortals. Alien invasion or super bug pestilence. I mean, those two things can stop the world. As far as this Trump and this mass, as far as Trump doing this mass deportation, I mean, that's huge in a way, but that I don't think that's enough to stop the world. We talking about stopping the world in its tracks. Novus Ordo Seclorum, Novus Ordo Seclorum, Novus Ordo Seclorum. two things is alien invasion and super bug pestilence. Those two things can stop the world in its tracks. And I believe they got those on the table.
You know, the griminess and how nice, open the door, polite neighbors who would have given you the shirt off their back were now ready to put hot ones in you. All right. Or some of those saying the woman who was, ready to bake you cookies a couple weeks ago is ready to cut off one of your limbs and cook it. It's going to get that bad. All right. This is Isaiah 33:1, and it reads, "Woe to thee, Salakia, that's not what I wanted. Isaiah 33:30. Woe unto them, 31:1. Isaiah 31:1. Woe unto them that go down to Egypt for help and stay on horses and trust in chariots, because they are many." So, they run to those places where all the trailers are and all the military are, thinking they're going to get help. All right. And a lot of those people that are going to go into those camps, you're never going to come out of there. And in The Walking Dead, those camps were always full of the dead.
And this time around, they're going to be chipped up. Those that go into those FEMA camps and other camps and setups, you're going to get chipped. You're going to take the chip. Because like I said, man, they can just starve you out, man. They can make it to where they hide and push everything back to one spot and have it protected. And I'm talking about the bankers. I ain't talking about you imbeciles. I'm talking about the ones that Yahweh has given the little power to run the show. They can hoard all of the goods and resources somewhere and have it to where everybody else have to hunger game themselves. They have you out here hunger gaming yourself. And if you've never seen that movie, check that movie out. Have everyone hunger gaming themselves. And then they're going to force you to that way. I mean, they can do it either way in a way, but I mean, we know that the elect, we're not going to take it. And we know that this devil, he wants you to take it on your own. Because just forcing it on you, as far as like just grabbing you and sticking it in you, it's not prophecy, because it says that some were beheaded for not taking it. So Yahweh doesn't want it to go that way. He wanted to go to where on your own merit, your own spirit, you took it. You see, you hear. But yeah, man, let me grab these last two scrolls. It says Luke chapter 12, New Testament, red letter. It says, "I am come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled?" And we see that happening now. It's just a bunch of fires, literal fires at that. But that's more metaphoric, parabolic. It's talking about commotion, calamity, destruction. And it's going to always be that and it's going to get bigger and bigger, and it's going to always be that until the coming of Hamashiach Yahushai, tribulation. It says Luke 12:51, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell you no, but rather division." So with that, I'm going to say, Kol halam lach Yahweh, b'Hashem Yahushai, b'Hashem Rakakadash, Barakata Yahweh, b'Hashem Yahushai, Tawada Yahweh, b'Hashem Yahushai. Abad Babal, abad to all of the wicked places. Shalom.